feet happy. Let's go. Come on.
This is history in the making. This is our first very Aposa conference. And way down in the future, one day we can all proudly say that we were present when we ever had our first Aposa conference. And we have to be proud of ourselves for that.
Come on, Jehovah's here. Jehovah.
To you, the Lord, as you prepare you for such a time like this, you will release an unction from heaven upon him at this very moment. As he opens this global conference, Lord, let the word drop from heaven upon this lake, that you will release that word on tonight. Hallelujah. This is Aposa Global Conference. As I was driving to this place, I was very amazed. I started to think. I said, why will Manche and his group decide to bring us all the way through what in Ghana we call Lungu Lungu, right? All those places to get in here, call the camp meeting for us to come and do what? The same old things again, the same praise and worship, the same making noise, the same things, and live and continue the same lifestyle without any difference in our lives. I said, no, my church brought us here for a reason. So that we can change certain things about ourselves. Are you with me, church? So this evening, I'm not going to do the normal preaching. We are going to delve very deep into the Word of God and some practical things that the topic demands. And I want you to be fully prepared. How many of you brought your notebooks, your pen? All right, that's good. Because if you are Aposa, I've always told you that Aposa is the elite group in the Apostolic Church, the elite movement. We have so many movements, we have so many things, but Aposa is the elite group. And when I look in this room, I can tell we have a lot of work to do. Isn't that right, Aposa? Yes. We have a lot of work to do. We made it clear that we needed all the doctors, the lawyers, the professionals, the college graduates, those who are in college, and all that to be part of Aposa. So when I first walked in, I said, it looks like it's all, I see a lot of Sunday school kids, I see a lot of witness boys and girls. And then all of a sudden, Dr. Aposa appeared over there. I said, okay, at least we have one doctor amongst us. I'm sure we may have some other lawyers or doctors that I don't know of. Is there any other lawyer, doctor here that I don't know of? Or would-be doctors and lawyers? Amen. So, what I want us to do this evening is to take the topic. All right? Stirring up the gift in you. Stirring up the gift in you. Meaning that we all have a special gift in us. And we need to stir up that gift. So it is very important for you to pay attention. Because I'm going to touch on so many important stuff that can change your life. That can help you tremendously. If you're a Sunday school person, listen attentively, because you will have a good start in life if you listen to me. Are you all listening? Amen. It will help you tremendously. You will grow up to be some supernatural human beings. Are you with me? So listen attentively. Did you bring your pen and paper? No? You didn't? All right. We'll help them. So the mothers, the parents, make sure when you go home, you continue with the teaching, because this is going to be very important. Whenever you hear the word stir up the gift of God in you, what it means is to kindle anew or rekindle or resuscitate in the context of the fire. This gift builds up, it edifies, it encourages the church. When you look at the apostolic church, we say we believe in the 9 gifts of the Holy Ghost for the edification, exhortation, and comfort of the church, which is the body of Christ. Gifts edify. They are very, very important. They encourage the church. Individuals are empowered through gifts. When you look at what the elders did to Timothy, they realized that there was a special gift in Timothy. And what they did was to lay hands on him in order to confirm that gift and to encourage him to be able to put that gift to use. All right? So the gift was already within Timothy, but that gift was latent. The gift was not active, and by the laying of hands, it reactivated the gift within Timothy. Now, when you follow Apostle Paul very closely in his relationship with Timothy, he decided, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 4, from verse 17 to 20, 1 Corinthians chapter 4, 17 to 20, Apostle Paul had sent Timothy to the church in Corinth to go and teach them certain things in his absence. And the reception that Timothy got was not very good. So it appeared as if Timothy was a little bit discouraged in the process because of the poor reception he got in Corinth. As a result of that, Apostle Paul wanted to encourage his young students to continue with ministry and not to allow his youthfulness to be taken advantage by other people. So he tried to encourage Timothy to be very strong and to stir up that gift within him to operate at a level that he will feel very, very comfortable despite the problems he had with the church in Corinth. So Apostle Paul promised the church in Corinth that he will be there in person to teach and minister unto them. And they will see that the word is not only preached in word but also in power. So when you look at the context, it immediately dawns on you that life can be a little bit complex, and sometimes you need encouragement. You need people to encourage you in order to stir that gift that is within you to get it to another level. So Apostle Paul was directing this important message to his young students that he should keep going on because there is something within him. He should not be discouraged by little setbacks. He needs to be encouraged. When you read scripture, David got to a point where he decided to do what? To encourage himself in order to get to the next level. So sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Tell somebody next to you, you need to encourage yourself. So when you look at the importance of what Apostle Paul told Timothy, we in Aposa, God has deposited a special gift in us. When you go to the very beginning of creation, the Bible declares in Genesis 1 that in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. And there was darkness over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God brooded over the waters. And the Lord said, let there be light, and there was light. And the Lord separated the light from the darkness. And he called the darkness night and the light day. And the Bible says that, and that was the very first day of creation. And then on the last day, God created man in his own image. And he breathed the breath of life into man. And he deposited certain things in man. So he gave man a special authority to name all the animals, to lord over them. He gave man a very special privilege. I call that the ABCD. The A stands for authority. God gave man authority over everything God had created. God gave man beauty because he beautifully and carefully made man in his own image. And then the C is that God gave man creativity, the ability to be able to create things, to do things. God planted those things in man. When you look around the world today, there are many things that you see going on. It is the creative power of God. Because God was able to take his own creation to create so many different things. And when you read Corinthians and some of the other letters that Apostle Paul wrote, he talks about our God who calleth those things that be not as though they were. So God can do many things out of nothing. And when you begin to look at the creation of man, man was planted in the middle of a garden. And I don't have time to go deep into it. In the Garden of Eden, God allowed 4 rivers to flow through the Garden of Eden in order to make it fertile. So man was positioned very well. But we all know what happened to the Garden of Eden. Man lost everything. And in short, Christ came to restore the gifts that we lost. In the Garden of Eden, he came to restore it to us. So every human being who has accepted Jesus Christ as his personal Savior, that special gift has been, revived. It is within you. It is a matter of us stirring that gift to be able to accomplish what we may consider to be what? Impossible. So this evening, I want us to look at a number of things. But before I do that, I want you to understand clearly that I am here tonight to boldly declare his promises over your life. I said I'm here to boldly declare the promises of God over your life tonight. Because there is something that is going to happen in this church that is going to revolutionize this church and make Aposa into some type of supernatural awesome movement within the church. Are you with me? So when you look at yourself, there are many hidden treasures within you. That gift has to come alive. It needs to resurface. But sometimes we sit aloof as if we don't have any gift within us because we don't focus on the gift that is within us. Let me ask you this. If you tell a fish to climb a tree, how well will a fish do? He will fall. The fish will fail and fail and fail over and over again because the fish is moving in an area that is not his lane. Are you with me? But if you put the fish in water, what do you think will happen? He will swim flawlessly and do it beautifully because he is swimming in his area. So we have gifts within us. God has deposited different gifts within us. And you, as a member of Aposa, you have to dig deep to identify the gift that is within you. Because most of these gifts have become very latent. And we seldomly see them in action. Those who are from Morris, you remember I always say something about success in life. I said success is at the junction where preparation meets opportunity. Success is at the junction where preparation meets opportunity. In life, we have to prepare. There are gifts within us, but we have to stir that gift. We have to prepare. We have to do something to allow that gift to be maximized, to become effective. So when I say success is at the junction where preparation meets opportunity, then preparation is very important. And what is opportunity? Opportunity is timing plus favor. Everybody say timing plus favor. So when you have preparation and you have favor, you also need timing. Because you can have favor, but you can move in the wrong time. And when you move in the wrong time, you will not get to your destination. Are you with me? Yes. You sound so dull. You don't sound like you are in a camp meeting. Are you with me? Yes. All right. So success. Did you write it down? Yes. Success is at the junction. I want to see you write it down. You wrote it down? You wrote it. Good. Success is at the junction where preparation meets opportunity. Opportunity is timing plus favor. You can have favor from God, but if you don't move at the right time, you will not get to your destination. David had to be crowned 3 times. He had favor. He was crowned the first time, but he did not move. He was crowned the second time. He did not move. The 3rd time before he became the king of the whole of Israel. So sometimes you may have the favor, but it may not be the right time for you to move. So you may have a gift. You may rush in order to operate in a certain way, but that time has not arrived. And you realize that your gift will not get to where it needs to get. So preparation is very important. We have to prepare in order to be able to also exercise the gift that is in us. So stirring the gift in you calls for us to also prepare in order to be effective in the gift that has been deposited in us. So this evening, I want us to take our lives back. Tell somebody, I'm taking my life back. What I mean by taking your life back, it's when you look at this world we walk in. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 10, from verses 3 to 5. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, from 3 to 5. The Bible declares, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not what? War after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not what? Carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of what? Strongholds, casting down what? Imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Christ. And bringing into what? Captivity. Every thought to the obedience of what? Christ. We need to bring every thought we have, the negative thought, the I cannot do it thought, the thoughts that we have that negates the action of our gifts. We need to put those things aside, because once we have been created in Christ, we are a new creature. So we need to demonstrate that authority over those things. So that there has to be a change, and that change process has to come from our thought process. Are you with me? It has to come from our thought process. So once we have come all the way from our various places, Thousand Orange has a big sanctuary. We have done our retreat there. But we came here for a reason, so we can get away from the hustle and bustle of life and be able to focus on the things that will help us to become new people altogether, so that we can go out and, like the apostles did, when they saw them, they said, these are the people who have turned the world upside down. Oh, are you with me, church? We need to, as Aposa, be positioned strategically to be able to turn the world and apostolic church upside down. Are you with me? Yes. At our last convention, you all saw the hand of God. How, for the first time, we did fundraising, and they called for 10,000, and there were a number of people who showed up. So you can see that something good is happening. But if something good is happening, may I expect Aposa, when the next convention is not going to be 10,000. I'll see Aposa people giving $50,000. And we are not joking, because we are serious about what we are saying. Because there has to be a change in our mindset. Because God has deposited something in us. Otherwise, if we want to become a same-like witness movement, then sorry, there is no need to have Aposa. But I believe that Aposa, we have been planted here to bring a significant change to this church. Are you with me? When people look at the apostolic church and they look at the charismatic churches, they tend to think the apostolic church is still living in the dark ages. Are you with me? But between you and I, as Aposa people, we can easily change that perception. Oh, are you with me, Apostle?